itself is computer-based and it's 3 hours long. You are provided with a formula sheet. You're not given every single possible formula that you might need on that formula sheet. There's only a select few though. The pass mark is 50% and there's words and numbers. There are 3 sections. We've got section A, first of all, for 30%, is 15 2-mark objective test questions. And this is objective test. It's not just multiple choice, so you could be required to fill in some blanks or pick several off a list, so multiple responses, pick them off a pick list, or click a box. Section B, for another 30%, is still a similar sort of objective test type scenario, but for these 30 marks you're given 3 10-mark multitask questions. So the objective test question just split now into 3 different chunks. Each chunk is a scenario to start with, followed by 5 objective test questions based on that scenario. And then we have section C. Section C is often overlooked by a lot of candidates, and it's often commented on by the examiner that students do spectacularly badly in this section. So this is one for you to focus on. 2 20-mark constructed response questions. So these are much longer responses needed from the information systems, decision making, budgeting and or performance measurement parts of the syllabus. So it's words and numbers in there that you need to deal with. In terms of timing, just under an hour for section A, so 54 minutes there. I would aim to get around 10 questions done every 30 minutes or so in that block, flagging problem questions as you go. For section B, again, another 54 minutes in total. Aim for around sort of 15, maybe up to 18 minutes maximum per scenario, and keep an eye on the clock there, and this is how you ensure you don't run out of time. For sections A and B, the objective test questions, make sure you read the questions carefully. Particularly look out for negatively worded questions and make sure you've understood exactly what the question is asking you. For example, which of the following is correct, or which of the following is incorrect, or which of the following is not correct. Make sure you pick up on those. Note from the question how many options you need to choose. Sometimes it might say which 2 of the following, in which case don't pick 1, don't pick 3. Make sure you pick 2 and only 2. And the distractors is the technical term for options that are not correct. The distractors are engineered to be tempting to you, so they often include traps that it's tempting to fall into. So make sure you pay full attention to all the options before you make your choice. Now, if you're struggling to answer the question directly, there's a few tricks and tips you can do to help yourself. You can start off by eliminating the wrong answers to narrow down your choices. So read through the options, and if you know that the top and the bottom one are definitely not right, then you can discount those entirely. You can try also working backwards from the options you've been presented with, if you've been presented with options, and see which ones fit. That's another way of dealing with it if you can't directly come up with the right answers. Something I've noticed is that if there's 2 similar answers in a multiple choice question, one is often right because the other one has just been tweaked slightly to include a trap for you to fall into. So if there's 2 similar answers, focus on those because one of those is often right. If you're still struggling after having tried these tricks, then flag the question to come back to it at the end. And ensure at the end that you've answered all the flag questions, ultimately, even if you have to have a guess. Having a guess is better than not trying to put anything at all. Now, section C, the constructed response question, is nearly half the paper. It's 40%. There are word processing pages and spreadsheets that you can use, or sometimes you're given pre-formatted templates with gaps to sort of fill in as you go through those templates. Make sure you read the requirements first and you input numerical and written answers in there and include your workings. If you put formulas in there, those formulas will be marked, but make sure the workings and the formulas are easy to follow. Probably the area that lets most people down in the exam is section C, narrative questions, wordy type questions in section C. So if you focus your attention on those in your studies, you'll be ahead of the game.